Hey guys, back with another video. Today we're talking about 5 tips for recovering from PIED or porn-induced erectile dysfunction. Now, a quick disclaimer, I am not a doctor, so this is not necessarily medical advice. This is just, my experience, things that have helped me. And, I'm 30 years old, and I would say I have the least worry about ED that I've had in my entire life. So let's get right into it. So I'm gonna list these basically in order of most helpful to least helpful, and I think the second one is probably the most surprising, so stay tuned for that one at least. But number one is no surprise, of course, and that is doing NoFap, which is just staying clean of porn for at least 30 days. Most people say a full reboot is 90 days, and I would agree with that. Unfortunately, I've never made it a full 90 days. The most I've made it, I think, is close to 50 days. And that had incredible effect. That definitely helped a lot with my PIED. And yeah, that's the number one way. I think it's also the hardest way. So that's why I'm gonna have these 4 other ways that can also help you, a lot along your journey. So, so number 2, this one I don't think is talked about enough at all. And it might not apply to you, but for me, it makes a huge difference. And that is using lubrication when you masturbate. Now, this is a little bit awkward to talk about for some people, but, I historically haven't used any lubrication. I just, do it dry. It wasn't painful or anything like that, but in retrospect, it has this, I'm sure you've probably heard of the death grip. And the death grip is no joke. That definitely contributes to ED in more ways than one. For me, using lube also makes it much harder to edge, which is another practice that I partook in, which is very bad for and can contribute to ED. When you use lube, it's much more difficult to edge, and it keeps your penis from becoming desensitized as much, because when you're not using lube, it's used to this rough feeling, probably a tighter grip, something that's not wet like a vagina. When you're using lube, it's closer to a vagina. You're gonna maintain more sensitivity. It's just gonna be better. So if you haven't tried that, if you don't use lube when you masturbate, if you end up masturbating, use lube. Try this 100%. It's gonna have a massive difference. Now when I do relapse, it basically doesn't even set me back at all, because I'm using lube, and I maintain that sensitivity, and I don't edge as long. So it's huge difference. Please try it. If you don't use lube, try it. I'm telling you, it's a huge difference. Okay, so number 3. This one isn't that much of a surprise. It's just having regular sex. Now, when you're watching porn, obviously you're conditioning your body to react to porn, to your hand, completely different stimuli than actual sex. In actual sex, you're actually in the first person, you're interacting with another human being. If you're not used to having sex, you're probably gonna be a lot in your head. You're going to be nervous, especially if you've had porn-induced erectile dysfunction. When you have sex, more often, you're going to be more used to it, obviously. You're going to get more used to it. So even if you don't have porn-induced erectile dysfunction, if you've gone a while without having sex, you're going to be nervous. And that's going to increase your likelihood of having ED and, not performing well. When you're having regular sex, not only are you more comfortable, but you're gonna have skills. You're gonna be more confident in your sexual performance, which is gonna increase your likelihood of performing well. So, no surprise there. The last 2 things are gonna be more health related. And so number 4, I would say, is having a regular exercise regimen. Exercising regularly, at least 3 or 4 times a week, including cardio in there. It really decreases stress. It's a grounding activity. It's going to make you more grounded in life in general. And that's important when having sex and, performing well, is being present to the moment, being relaxed. Being healthy, obviously, it can lower your risk of high blood pressure, which is another thing that can lead to ED. And so that's it. So number 5, last but not least, well, actually it is least in this case, that is reducing your sugar intake, and particularly your added sugars. And this is just similar to number 4. It's just having a healthier lifestyle. You're going to have less swings in your blood sugar, which is going to improve your mood, decrease your stress, lower your blood pressure if you have high blood pressure. All things that can lead to improved sexual performance and not having ED. So that's it. Just wanted to make this quick video. If you like the video, leave a like, subscribe. See you guys next video.